Hi FlossTube, it's Jen from Delicious Threads. Today is Friday, September 22nd, 2017, and I have no idea what number update this is. I'm somewhere in the 20s, I think. It has been about a month and a half since I recorded last, and I think in my last video I talked about how I was hoping to be able to record more often because it had been 2 months, and there's just a lot of stuff when you wait that long to record. But, I mean, life is always busy, but I think my biggest problem this time was that I wanted to have more accomplished before I recorded, so I had some things to show you. Specifically, I wanted to have my national parks piece framed, and I was hoping to use the grip and frame and try that out so I could tell you guys about it and what my experience was, and I haven't done that yet. Today, I had the kids, 2 older kids are at school, the baby's sleeping, and it's nice and quiet for a little while, except for the saw going on next door. And so I told myself, I'm just gonna record my video. I shouldn't wait any longer. I don't need to wait to have that one thing done before I record. So here I am. The last month and a half, school has started, and actually before that, I had a birthday. And my husband also had his birthday, and we had our anniversary. So there's a lot to celebrate at toward the end of August. And school is going now. The kids are having fun. I'm getting a little more time to myself, or just time with the baby. And it's been really nice. Let's see. Other things. Oh, Stitch from Stash. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm happier not worrying about things like that. I don't really need to limit myself, and I was just feeling very stifled, and I was finding myself rebelling against it and just buying lots of stuff, and so I bowed out. I'm done, which also means that I have some new purchases to show you. I also have some startitis. I'm really in a Halloween mood. I have a lot more projects queued up than I've actually started, just because I've had lack of time. Most of my stitching right now is happening in the car and the pickup line to get my son from school. Often in the evening I'm just too tired, and either I start making lots of mistakes or I just fall asleep on the couch while stitching, sometimes needle in hand. So not as much stitching done as I would like, not as many starts as I would like, but I do have that startitis bug, and specifically toward Halloween type things. FlossTube retreat is in 2 weeks. I leave 2 weeks from today, and I'm getting really excited. I started trying to think about what projects I might want to bring, and I'm thinking, I've never gone to a retreat before, and this one, I'm in California and it's in Texas, and so I have to fly there. So I'm thinking, how much should I really bring? I probably don't want to bring a ton of stuff. I know that from other meetups, people bring some of their finishes to show off. I'm I'm not going to waste space on bringing finishes. So yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what it is I should bring. If you've been to a retreat before, especially one that you've had to fly to, what sorts of things do you bring? Do you bring projects that are one color because they're easy? Do you bring big things? Do you bring small things? Tell me. Give me your opinion. What do you do? Because I gotta figure it out. Getting really excited. A little sad that I'm going to be ditching my kids for a weekend, and my husband. I have never been away from my kids overnight except for when I was in the hospital having another kid. So that's weighing on me a little bit, but they're also driving me a little crazy right now, so maybe a little break will be good. I don't know. Either way, I'm having fun thinking about it. I know it's going to be fun there, so can't wait. Let's see. Let's talk about projects. I have 2 finishes. One was actually a start and a finish. This was a birthday start and a finish, and it's Lizzy Kate's Nevermore. And this is stitched on a piece of Monaco cloth that I dyed myself. It is kind of like a dusty purple color. This was my first attempt at dyeing my fabric sort of a periwinkle color for my Halloween cat piece, and this ended up getting scrapped, and it was just in my pile of stuff to be used for something else. I used Anchor Black, so kind of have, I feel like there's better coverage. Some people have asked, like, is it really better coverage? And in my opinion, from what I've seen so far, it does feel like it's better coverage than DMC. But this is also on Monaco cloth, which tends to have bulkier threads, and it's dyed, and so the threads, like, it shrinks up even more. So the coverage might be better because of that too. So this was a fun one to stitch up really quick. And hopefully the next time I see you, this will be finished. I got a bunch of stuff for finishing, so. The other finish I had was Candy Corn of Mischief, and this is the kit, and it comes with kind of a loose weave linen and pearl cotton, and I did not stitch mine on that. As we said last time, this is a fabric I dyed myself. This was my first attempt at dyeing fabric for the Year in Chalk designs by Hands On Design, and it's really pretty gray. I like it, but I wanted something darker, I think, for that. So this would end up in the pile of things to use for other stuff. I use regular DMC in the colors that match with the kit colors, and I have a couple of spots where there was some miscounting, and so it's kind of personalized. And instead of doing French knots for the eyes, I used beads. So I'm going to get this framed up, hopefully before we see each other again. And this was a really fun one to stitch up. If you haven't seen it before, I think it only comes as a kit. But so those are the two finishes. I also had some starts. So Nevermore was a birthday start. And then I also started a Mill Hill kit called Wanda's Witchery. And if you watch Michelle Bendy Stitchy, you've already seen it finished because she saw, I guess, when I got mine and got all excited and got it, and then she stitches like a speed demon, and she's done, of course. But this is what it looks like. And this little black kitty is my favorite. And this is stitched on perforated paper. It comes in the kit. And this is, let's see, this is what I've done so far. And this was my purse project for a while. This is the one that went with me in the car and went with me to martial arts and stuff. And somewhere in here, or in here, somewhere with this dark blue, I miscounted. And when I figured out that I had miscounted, I was frustrated and then didn't want to figure out where the mistake was. So I set it aside and picked a different purse project, and I just haven't gone back to it yet. It stitches up really quickly, so if I figured it out, I could probably have a lot more progress, but it was making me mad. So hopefully soon I'll figure out what was wrong, and then I can fix it so that I can get this stitched up. Another new start was Skeleton Crew. That's by Cricket Collection. Looks like this. Michelle Bendy Stitchy and Helga and we have a stitch along going on. Join us, Skeleton Crew, yay! And last time I showed you this, I was still trying to figure out what fabric I was going to use. Thank you for everybody who gave me your opinions. I decided to go with Gothic from Picture This Plus, and this is my start. So that is the middle sail in the pattern there. And I have a couple of areas where I miscounted, but with this kind of tattered sail, it's pretty forgiving, so I just went with it and fudged it a little bit. Shouldn't stitch while watching movies. That was my Friday night movie stitching, and then I realized, oops, that doesn't add up. But it should work out okay, like I said, because the pattern for the sail seems to be pretty forgiving. And I really like that one. I'm just stitching it for myself. My son, I thought that he wouldn't really like it because he finds like some things to be scary, and when I showed it to him, he was like, oh, I like that. And he's like, can I have that in my room? So he might end up getting that when I'm done. One of my favorite new starts, I shouldn't say one of, this is probably my favorite new start, is Fat Bat Cat. And it's by the Victoria Sampler. And I got this a couple months ago, and I saw that Steph from Pam and Steph, she showed this in her last video, so she got it too. And God, this thing is so adorable. One thing to remember or to think about, on 1, 2, 3 Stitch, that little box that you can check where it'll add the pattern and all of the suggested materials to your cart, make sure you double check that. I thought to double check the fabric because I have lots of fabric, and so I took that off because I knew I didn't need that. But I didn't think about the fact that these are all hand-dyed threads. And think about the fact that the green is used for 2 stitches for those eyes, and the pink is a total of 7 stitches for the nose. So I really could have, oh, and actually the white is just the whiskers and those little feet. So I really could have just skipped those ones, but whatever. So if you want to stitch this, you probably don't need the hand-dyed threads for those ones. These wings, I love the color for those wings. It's called Black Crow, and it's like a really inky, bluey black. And this is super nerdy, but I told my husband that if he was a hand-dyed floss color, this is the color he would be. I know, I'm a weirdo. So this is my start. Hold on. This is on a piece of Picture This Plus. I don't remember the color. Let me see if I kept the thing. I'll find it and I'll put it, I'll just tell you. It's really pretty. It's kind of like a aqua-y, bluey, and it's really pretty. I thought about using this for Yellow Submarine, and then, so I showed this in my last video, but some of the colors in Yellow Submarine were too close to this color, and so I decided not to use it. You can kind of see the variegation in the thread there, and like I said, it's like a really dark navy black variegation. It's so pretty. So that's my start. I am stitching this one for myself, and I don't usually stitch patterns more than once, but I do think that I am going to stitch this a second time because my sister has a cat that is an orange tabby like this. And when I stitch one for her, I'm planning to use this opalescent, oh my gosh, you can't even see the sparkles. That is sad, it's so sparkly. There, you can kind of see it. This is an opalescent natural cashel. So the next one will be on that, and I'm planning to stitch that with regular DMC because we've got the sparkle going on here, and I don't know, just cause. So we'll see if I actually stitch the second one. It might not be in time for Halloween this year, but she'd probably put it up year-round anyway because it's super cute. They also have a cat, Victoria Sampler does, with a ladybug costume, and I have that one because that's in my purchases. So I'll show you guys that later, as long as I actually have it in my pile of stuff. Last start is the new Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery Pumpkin Spice, and I'm doing it on the other half of that opalescent natural cashel. So you can kind of see the sparkle there. And this is how far I've gotten. This is my current purse project, and yeah, I'm liking it so far. I'm using DMC, even though there are a couple of Classic Colorworks colors that they list here, but I'm just using DMC. This one should be quick to finish stitching up. This weekend I might get some extra stitching time in the car because my son has piano, and then we also go to martial arts, and so I'm hoping to get some good progress on this because it'll be fun to get it finished and displayed. So those are all of my new starts. For whips, on my birthday, I was chatting with some friends, and I was telling him like, oh, for my birthday, I feel like I should like stitch on everything, like stitch on all of my whips. And one of my friends suggested like, maybe since you're turning 36, you could do 36 stitches on all of your projects. I'm like, oh my gosh, yes. So I attempted to do that. I didn't get through all my whips, but I did stitch at least 36 stitches. Because some, like, I'm going to finish the row, right? So some of them have a little more than 36. But I stitched at least 36 stitches on 14 projects, including Nevermore. And since it's such a small amount of progress on each project, I'm not going to show it or show all of them. A couple of them are whips that I worked on more than just that day, so you'll see those later. But 14 projects, at least 36 stitches. It was a really nice day. I got to just like sit with some coffee in my little stitchy spot while my husband and the kids played and did other stuff, and I got to stitch for a while, and it was awesome. So for other whips, I think the only one that you haven't seen yet is Gypsy Mermaid. And this one I'm stitching for my sister. And every time I'm thinking about her, I pull it out and I work on it. I'm going to try to insert a picture of where I was last time. And this is where I am now. And I have gotten a lot of the tail done over here. It's really coming together. On this one, I feel like once I really get going, it's going to go by really quickly, especially once I get the tail done. I am not stitching, there's like water that goes across, and I'm not going to be stitching that. So I'm stitching the mermaid, and there's like north, south, east, west, and she's got an anchor, and there are some seahorses. I'm stitching all that stuff, but I feel like once I get the tail done, it's just going to be really exciting to get things done. I'm still debating what to do about skin. I planned pretty much the whole time to do skin 1/1. I've never done that before. So I was thinking that it would make it look really nice. I've seen a couple other people working on this particular pattern. And I think Ampu Stitcher showed hers, and she just finished the skin and talked about how the 1/1 skin was a beast, but that it looked really, really nice. So I had been leaning more toward not doing 1/1, and then I saw her video. I was like, oh, maybe I should be doing 1/1. So I still have to decide. I feel like I should make it look super nice because it's a gift. But loving this one. She has the most gorgeous tail. So that's it for my whips. All of my projects that I've been working on. So many more planned. It feels like I'm stitching a lot when, you know, it's really not as much as I think it is. For purchases, told you I got lots of stuff. So I'm not probably going to show you all of it. I went kind of crazy. I've been on the Bay of Eagle and 1, 2, 3 stitch a lot. And there was a big so-and-so sale. I think it might even still be going on. I think they're trying to clear out a bunch of their stock. And they have things, guys, for like 50 cents. They have full kits of things for like half price. So I did some damage there. First thing, got my Halloween Countdown Stitchy box yesterday. And I'm a total cheater. I already looked at the patterns that are included. I'm not going to post them anywhere. I'm not going to show you here. I won't ruin the surprise for anybody else, but I'm a cheater. So, took a peek at that. Other things that I have gotten. I got the new Hey There Pumpkin from Hands On Design. And I really like the blue. It doesn't fit with my current decorations for fall, and so I don't know if I should still do the blue, even though it's adorable with the blue, but I don't know, I might change up some colors so that it's more traditional fall colors. I don't know yet. So that was a 1, 2, 3 stitch order. Actually no, that wasn't. I think I got that from somebody on eBay because it was cheaper. This is a 1, 2, 3 stitch order. I got the new Renaissance Mermaid. She's So pretty. I love her hair. Love her tail. I love the little peacocky looking thing. So pretty. I got the Quaker de Halloween. There's going to be a lot of Halloween stuff I'm showing you. Somebody finished this recently in Stitchmania, and it looked awesome. I got Ink Circles Lunation, and on this one, I am planning to change colors on this. This is charted in sampler threads. Oh, sampler and shaker threads. Yeah, I'm not doing that, and I need different colors, I think. But my son really loves the moon, and I thought this would be a fun one, so I might let him help me pick the colors. Just Nan's Flight School. And 123 Stitch does have this one still. Maybe they're out of stock now. I don't know. I almost got one on eBay for a good price, but then somebody at the last minute jacked up the price and they ended up paying more than on 123 Stitch. I always think that's funny. Like eBay, like you get really wrapped up in the auction style, and sometimes you end up paying more for things than you really needed to. And it comes with some beads and some kitty cats. They have a couple of these. I also have the snowman one. I got that from the so-and-so sale, so I'll show you that. And then they have one with bunnies, but I didn't really want the Easter one. Let's see. So much stuff here, guys. All right, now some of my eBay stuff. All stuck in there. I got a bunch of like lots of stuff because there's like at least something that I liked, and I might put some of the stuff up on Stash Unload because I'm not going to stitch everything. So this little set has Cherrywood Design Studios Trick or Treat. That's cute. Raining Pumpkins by Fancy That. Frankenmonster by Fancy That. I love the little spider and the birds and the bat. And at the Hop Trick or Treat. I don't remember which one in here. I was like, I want that. All right, Mill Hill on the Prairie, Broomstick Beauty. Harvest Time. And Treasured and Buttoned Harvest. And that little ghost down there is all beads with his little pumpkin and star. Is there something else in there? No. I got a bunch of little Lizzy Kates. Whine a Bit, You'll Feel Better. I think Katie the Stash Queen might be stitching this one. Plumpkin. I can't remember who it was that stitched this one recently. Was it Steph from Pam and Steph? I think so. I think I saw that and I was like, I just got that. Joy. My Other Car is a Broom. And then some Christmas stuff that I don't actually like. Like I said, it was a lot. Lots of Christmassy stuff too. So Halloween and Christmas were like my go-tos. A bunch of the Lizzy Kate snippets. I got the Santas, the year Santas. So I have the 07, 'Tis the Season. 08, Santa's Got the Goods. 09, I'll Get My Elves on That. 2010, Socks and Underwear. And then this is Merry Ho Ho. And then a little winter sampler. They're cute. So last video I had some 4th of July things, and here's another one, Land That I Love. Hoppy Easter, I don't know if I'll stitch that one. And If the Broom Fits, fly it. Got it, a limited edition Lizzy Kate Kit. The Eek kit. So it comes with the little beads and charms in the fabric. I might stitch this on my own fabric, and then I can pass this along to somebody else. And lots of Christmassy stuff. Got some of the tiny tidings. More tiny tidings. So again, these were just sets. And I think in these there was at least one in each little set that I would want to stitch. Santa Claus. Oh my gosh. I don't know. Am I getting too cutesy? This is much cutesier than I usually am, I feel like. Let's see here. Sorry if you're tired of looking at stuff. I'm not. Alright, these ones I bought specifically because I wanted them. Raise the Roof Designs, I got Cackle. And this one's funny too because I have a lot of aunts on my dad's side of the family, and we all talk about how when they get together, all you hear is cackling. And so I thought my husband would really laugh when he sees me stitching that one up. From Waxing Moon Designs, Wicked Stitches. I love the well-behaved children are welcome, the rest will turn into toads. I think I'm going to stitch that one. And the August Peridot Fairy. So I have an August birthday. She is super pretty, so I had to have it. My big so-and-so haul is all of this. Told you guys, there were things that were like 50 cents. Most things were like $2 or $3. Lots of little Lizzy Kates. I'm not going to show you everything, I don't think. Treat Time. Some Santa-y stuff. They had some of the strings. So I got the kitty cat one. I think I have the Buzzy String, I think is what it's called, with the bees. This one is Bent Creek Buzz. I think that might be a gift for somebody. Gotta get a little St. Patrick's Day. I don't have anything for that. Thanksgiving. I'm trying to decorate more for holidays, so yeah, so I need to get some holiday stuff. Bent Creek Happy Thanksgiving. This was a limited edition Lizzy Cake Kit. It's the Halloweeny kit. And it comes with fabric and the buttons and rickrack and the finishing fabrics so that you can make the design as pictured. Just Nan's Halloween Party. This one's super cute. Look at all those little characters. And it comes with the beads. Lizzy Kate's Hats Off to Halloween 2. Waxing Moon Designs, I got a couple of theirs. This one is Halloween Fairies. They got the little black cat. And it says, fairies come out on Halloween night to frolic and dance in the bright moonlight. They're so cute. And I also got Stir with the Big Girls. For my kiddo's teacher, I was thinking about stitching this one for her. And lots of Christmassy stuff. The Just Nan It's Snowing Men, so this is what I mentioned before. So it's snowing men, and they've got some beads and little snowflakes. And again, there's also an Easter one with bunnies. They have some soda stitch patterns. So I got teapots. This is going to be a gift for somebody. I got 2 of the fairy tale ones because these were 55 cents, I think. 55 cents. So I have 2 of those. So somebody's going to get one. They have the Shepherd's Bush scatter patterns. So scatter freedom and scatter pumpkins. I feel like I saw somebody stitching this one recently. I can't remember. Button Up Birdies. This is a gift for a friend. This is Victoria Sampler. And I told you guys about this one, Lady Kittybug. That cutie pie. So it's also an orange tabby, so I might have to stitch this one twice so that my sister can also have one. And yeah, we'll stop there with that. Here's the Buzzy String. The Lizzy Kate Buzzy String. The bees. I might give that one away too. So lots of Christmassy stuff. This was something from eBay with stuff. Oh, one of my friends asked me if I had any of the Prairie Schooler Santas, and I said no, but I do. I have 3 of them. I forgot these were in one of the plots. And other stuff. I don't know. Starry Witch from Dames of the Needle. Also from Dames of the Needle, Black Cat and Pumpkin. Housework Never Killed Anyone. Again, kind of cutesy, but truth. Oh, one of my favorite things. I got this from House of Stitches online. I don't know if they still have more, but it's actually a kit. Well, I mean, it comes with the beads and stuff, and it also comes with like a needle threader and some other stuff. And I think that was just what the shop put together for people. This is a Haberdashery Designs Voodoo Girl. Penelope, or Penelope, I can't even talk. Penelope, because she's a voodoo doll and you can put your pins in there. And there's a boy version that is very hard to find. So I'm still on the hunt for it. If I don't find it, I might try to create my own so that she has a little buddy. But that came with some cute little things. There are some pins that you can stick in her at the end, a needle threader, and some bone beads. So I'll put the link down below, but that was House of Stitches. And they are in Indiana. I was really happy to find that one. Because they're both really hard to find, but you can still find the girl places, but the boy, it's nowhere to be found. I think there was one shop that showed that they had it, but they don't actually. You can't order it. So on top of that, I just got some finishing supplies. So I got some mounting board. I got some new like cotton batting, and I am planning to use Vanna's finishing tutorial to make some flat folds. I think I'm going to finish Nevermore that way, and then when I finish Pumpkin Spice by Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery, I'm planning to make that a flat fold too. My son, he watched the flat fold tutorial video with me. I think it was like my 10th time watching it, and I still haven't made any, but he watched one with me, or watched it with me last week, and now he really wants to finish his turtle cross stitch that I showed you before. He wants to finish that as a flat fold, so it's going to be like the tiniest little flat fold, but we might just do it as like a mounted flat fold, like or a mounted like ornament style. I don't know, because it's really small. It's like tiny. But he wants to finish his piece, and he wants to use Vanna's tutorial to do it. So hopefully before I see you again, I'll get a chance to frame my national parks and maybe make a flat fold or 2, and possibly even have an FFO, the very first FFO for my kiddo. Plans going forward are super simple. I'm just going to try to stitch some stuff, start some new Halloween things if I can, and hopefully get some FFOs. I'd really like to frame national parks and try out doing flat folds with Nevermore and with pumpkin spice if I can get that finished up, so that I can add them to my decorating this year. I'd also like to finish, like, FFO my sugar skulls because it's time to start displaying those. Other than that, the only other thing I have to say is if you like needle minders, in my Facebook group, I have a sale going on for laser cut wood needle minders. Really unique designs. They're super lightweight. They are awesome and I love them. I have too much stuff and I'm trying to pare down the number of things that I have. So you can get a really awesome deal right now. Everything's just $3, and I'll put a link down below. Come check it out. The sale's going on through the end of September. Lots of things have already been claimed, but I tried to make sure that I updated pictures in the comments so you can see what's still available. So head over if you're interested, and you might be able to snag some good deals. So until next time, happy stitching. See ya.